Conal Kearney, nephew of Liam Ring. No, sorry, grandson of Padder Kearney, forgive me.
Grandson.
Author of the National Anthem.
Carhirloch and members, Seanad, thank you for allowing me to speak today as a grandson of Padder Kearney, author of the soldier song, Around the Veen. My grandfather was a visionary, revolutionary, and he fought in 1916 at Jacob's Factory under Commandant Thomas MacDonagh. He was a member of the Supreme Council of the IRB and a member of the Irish Gaelic League. Now, I have here an affidavit that he wrote in August 1926, which will be hopefully placed in the record, and he outlines in it when he wrote it, which was in fact late 1910 and not 1907 as is widely believed. It's a primary document and it can be inspected. And I hope if you allow me to indulge in some of my thoughts as a grandson of Padder Kearney. Our identity as a nation and as citizens is defined by our history. The soldier song, Around the Veen, links us to our history and therefore our identity. There are standout moments in our distant and recent history that strengthen our bond to the soldier song, Around the Veen, when it is played and sung. When it was sung by the volunteers as they marched into the GPO on Easter Monday 1916, when Pearse proclaimed a free and independent Ireland. It was played at all gatherings, including sporting occasions, cinema, and even at dances. We knew the dance was over when we stood to attention at the end. But we are also reminded of more formal and state occasions when it's played. My personal moment, proud moment, Carhirloch, was in 2007 in Croke Park, when it was the venue for the international rugby match between Ireland and England. Now, there was a degree of nervousness and anticipation as to how the spectators would react when God Save the Queen was played in this hallowed place. But they stood silent and respectful. And then Around the Veen was played. 82,000 people sang it loudly and proudly. It was an electrifying moment. As the camera panned the faces of the Irish rugby players, tears flowed freely from some of the faces. I'm also reminded of the first state visit of the British monarch, Queen Elizabeth, when she bowed and stood in respect in the Garden of Remembrance as Around the Veen was played, saluting all those who died for the cause of Irish freedom. Carhirloch, these are moments, in my opinion, when we as a nation came of age that enshrine Around the Veen as part of our identity as proud Irish citizens. And I'll just read here a paragraph of the affidavit signed by my grandfather, written in 1926. I wrote the soldier song in 1910 or in late 1909. Working on the words, Paddy Heaney, who died in 1911, composed the melody or music now being played as the national anthem. Obviously, it was the words and what they stood for appealed to the rapidly growing mass of people as the national movement developed. It was a common thing to hear the song sung through the country years before the melody was published, and when singers hadn't the slightest idea of the music. In the train of the words, the music spread, and so became what we all know. Melody and words were essential to each other. Separate, they would have ceased to exist years ago. So, Carhirloch, I believe that both the English and Irish versions of Around the Veen, the soldier song, must be given the respect, dignity, and protection it so rightfully deserves. I'm also reminded of the French for the national anthem is L'hymne national, the national hymn. Around the Veen, the soldier song, is our hymn and must be legally protected for our future generations. To conclude, I just have a little manuscript in my grandfather's eloquent hand And he wrote this in Ballykindler internment camp in 1921, another verse to the soldier's song. In Valley Green on towering crag, our fathers fought before us and conquered 'neath the same old flag that's proudly floating o'er us. We're children of a fighting race that never yet has known disgrace. And as we march the foe to face, we'll chant a soldier's song. Signed, Padre Kearney, Ballykindler, November 1921. Go to Mahagod.
Thank you very much.